Howdy. I want to say a brief thing about my news consumption habits when it comes to watching cable news. So, I've lived abroad a long time, so I've had access to, you know, Deutsche World and Chinese global stations, Al Jazeera RT, France 24, all these different channels from Turkey, from Africa, from Asia. And here's what I've noticed, okay, about CNN. If I'm flipping around the channels looking for something interesting, some interesting news, and by the way, I only spend about 5 to 10 minutes on the television news in front of the TV a day because I have other sources. I get most of my information from an RSS feed that I've set up, and I have some newsletters and so on that I look at, and I browse certain things in the YouTube that I've saved. So I get information there, usually more in depth, usually longer form interviews or documentaries and things. So when I'm flipping around from France 24 to Deutsche World to Al Jazeera to all these different things, I always notice that when I flip to CNN, it's always interstitial advertising for CNN. So it's all just patting CNN on the back, saying what a great station it is and how our talent is so fantastic. You hardly ever, or I hardly ever, land on a story or where there's a panel or anybody's talking about anything. So it's just weird. I've noticed that, and it's always like that. So any station, any network that spends a significant amount of airtime promoting itself can't be very good. It's annoying. And then when I do watch CNN, I've learned over the years through the Iraq War, the Bush administration, Obama, and Trump, and so on. It took a long time because I'm stupid, just how much it's all propaganda. And it's really, you know, you got billionaires paying millionaires a lot of money to read a script, and the script is the same across the board. Even, iterations of the Fox script for their audience and the CNN script for their audience. You know, there's nothing really interesting there, especially if you read, carefully across publications. Washington Post, New York Times, Economist, okay, but there's a lot of other stuff out there that's really, really good. And you shouldn't limit yourself to a point of view that comes from a certain bubble or a certain cultural biased perspective or something. Mix it up, man, or you're never going to know what's going on in the world. And this is, even if you don't know you have biases and heuristics that you're addicted to, and issues with cognitive dissonance and safety. I want to believe that the books I read on World War II are the best books, and there's nothing else out there. That's obviously not true. There's libraries out there you haven't touched, you've never been near, you have no clue. You only know what's gone in. So garbage in, garbage out. And the only way you can mitigate the effect of the garbage is to mix it up a bit, and then bit by bit kind of train yourself how to see through the BS and the propaganda. So that's it. Watch all those other channels and then flip back to CNN, and CNN's just promoting itself. Yeah, of course, CNN is not all bad. There's good information on Fox News, MSNBC, but I go to these other channels, I actually find out what's going on today. Not all these biased panels debating each other, basically getting paid, conflicts of interest, just, blowharding at each other. It's ridiculous. Mix it up. Take care.